We're going to show you. Give me Hebrews chapter 7. Come on up, brother. Come on up. What's your name?
Bring it out.
I'm Mike.
Man. Kevin.
Kevin?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to show you something. Listen to this. Come on, read that.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 7, verse 14.
Bring it out.
For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah.
That's right.
Evident. That means there's evidence that this thing happened. Jesus the Christ came out of this tribe right here.
Right.
The tribe of Judah. So, you from the tribe of Judah, right? Did you know that you're an Israelite? We're going to teach you. Let me show you something. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. It's a beautiful thing that you walked up, brother. We're going to deal with you according to the scriptures. We're going to show you something. Read that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
What that's referring to, brother, God gave us laws, statutes, and commandments, right? He said, hey, do what I tell you to do. But if you don't do that, I'm going to do something to you.
There it is.
As a nation of people, if you look at us today, do we fear God? We God-fear people today.
We feel people today.
Who do we fear today? We fear people, right? Okay. He said, read it again. I want you to get this. Read that again. Come on.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Like, for example, a curse. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? It's a bad thing, right? So God said if we didn't do, he was letting Moses know, let the Israelites know, hey, if y'all don't do what I'm telling you to do, I'm going to put some bad things on you, right? What nation of people did that happen to?
You got me right there.
Yeah, we're going to show you
Bring
something
it out!
else. Give me Deuteronomy 20, verse 16. I'm going to show you one more. Because it's not hard to figure it out, bro. Read that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68.
Bring it out.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Stop. Egypt right there is synonymous with slavery. He said, the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again, right? Come on.
With ships.
What nation of people? How do we get over here to America? All right, we're going to go slow. Give me that sign right there. We're going to show you something real quick. Read that.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So from the west coast to Africa right here, because you got to remember, give me Luke 21 and 20. I'm going to show you something. We got to remember, we were here in Israel. This is our homeland. Before that, give me that Galatians 4 and 26. I want to show you something. We were supposed to be free as a nation of people.
Right.
We were governing ourselves with the laws, statutes, and commandments of this Bible. Read that.
The book of Galatians, chapter 4, verse 26.
Bring it out.
But Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all.
So Jerusalem is free. That's where we will sit. But something happened. Something happened. Christ was telling us something. Give me Luke chapter 21 and start at verse 20.
The book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 20. And when you shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies.
This is in 70 AD. The Romans, they came after us. It said, when you shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, come on.
Know that the desolation thereof is nigh.
Destruction is coming. When you see Jerusalem compassed with armies, know that the destruction is coming.
Bring it out.
Christ was a black man. He dealt with his people,
Right.
blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. He wasn't dealing with everybody. Read on. Come on.
Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out.
So it said, when we see the destruction coming, flee down into the mountains. We ran down into Africa. Why we ran into Africa? Because it was people there, they look like us. The Hamites, they look like us, but we're not the same people. If somebody's coming after me to kill me, I'm going to go down to the third ward where the brothers look like me. I'm like, yo, I'm going to go hide out amongst my people that look like me, you know what I'm saying? Read on, come on.
And let not them that are in the countries enter thereinto.
So when they come back, they come down and they come at us. When you just take what you got and leave. don't go back because bad things will happen to you. They were killing us. They were raping the women. The women were forced to eat their children. The men were eating their children. They surround them. You surround somebody, that's warfare. You surround them. You cut off their resources. You cut off their water, their main food supply. The people have to start looking for things to survive within the walls that they have. You know what I'm saying? So they couldn't just go out and say, hey, I'm just going to grab a pizza. No, you couldn't because the Roman soldiers would kill you. You know, come on.
For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled.
Read.
But woe unto them that are with child.
It says, woe means destruction. Destruction to them that are with child, like we were just going over. They were eating their own young. Come on.
And to them that give suck in those days, for there shall be a great distress in the land.
So that's that great distress in the land, because they were killing us. They were raping the women. They were destroying everything that we had. So we fled down into Africa. And from Africa on the west coast over here, they start putting us on slave ships. That's called a transatlantic slave trade. But you also have the sub-Saharan slave trade. That's when the so-called Ishmaelites, the Arabs, the ones that run your little bodegas, your little corner stores, they had us in slavery too. They sold us to the Portuguese. That's in the Bible also. We're going to show you that one. Is that on it? You know, come on.
And they shall fall by the edge of the sword.
They were killing us with the sword. Our forefathers were being murdered with the sword. Come on, read.
And shall be led away captive.
That shall be what?
And shall be led away captive.
We were led away in slavery. That's what captivity means. We were led away captives. Come on.
Into all nations.
No, just into America.
Into all nations.
So that's why you can go just about anywhere in the world and you'll find a so-called black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. We were sold into cargo slavery. We were put in captivity and we were led away captive into all nations. That's what that's going into. Because this history is not being taught in schools. Yeah, verse 24, read it.
And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captives into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles.
So, Gentile. If you look in the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, usually a non-Israelite people. It said it shall be trodden down by the Gentiles. Who's in Israel right now? Are we in Israel right now? The so-called black man? No, those dudes walking around with them black suits on, with the Barbie doll curls. Those are the Gentiles, the Amalek over there in our land right now.
Bring it out!
That's who's over there. Read on, come on.
Until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
Read.
And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon.
Give me Revelation 2:9. Let's deal with who's over there right now. Because that was our land. The Most High set us up and put us in that land. If you look at it from a military standpoint, that's a good place to dock. That's a good place to develop resources. That's why they're getting paid all that doggone money over there, because they know we the Jews.
Bring it out.
They're not going to tell you that.
Right.
They're going to tell you that you just black. They call you a Gentile. And they're the damn Gentiles over there. Read that, come on.
The book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 9. I know thy works in tribulation and poverty.
See, the Most High, He knows our works. He knows our tribulations. He knows that we are in poverty as a nation of people.
Right.
He knows that we the first ones. We're the first ones to get fired, but we the last to get hired. Though.
Bring it
That
out!
makes no sense. That makes absolutely no sense. Come on.
But thou art rich.
But the Most High says that we are rich. Why did He say that we are rich? Because He made the earth for us. We are rich.
That's
They're not gonna give it to us. We got to stand up and be men and learn these laws, statutes, and commandments,
Right.
and then take back what's ours.
Teach,
Come on, read.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews.
That's blasphemy. Calling themselves Jews. That's how, the Most High is not playing. I know the blasphemy of them bastards over there that call themselves the Jews. Read.
And are not,
And they not the Jews. Read.
but are the synagogue of Satan.
They the devil the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
That's what's going into. Give me Revelation 3:9. Because we have not been taught that. We've been taught that, but the so-called, I guarantee you can ask any so-called white man, when were those people put over there? He gonna say, in 1948, during the Ottoman War. They don't think we know, they don't think we read. Guess what, Master? We can read.
That's
We
right.
can learn. The most dangerous thing in America is the so-called black man with an ID card.
Yep.
Not ID card, but a library card. And go into the library, go into sections like the Judaical section.
Bring
You
it
know,
out.
books up, you see men that look like us. Our people, we really need to know this stuff. Read on. Come on, read that.
Revelations 3 verse 9.
Come on.
Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan,
Read.
which say they are Jews and are not.
See, we just read in Revelation 4:9. Them that say they are Jews and are not. Come on.
But do lie.
They do what?
But do lie.
They lie. They lie. They won't tell you that you are so-called black. They'll call you so-called black. They will never call you a Jew.
That's right.
They'll never tell you that you're from the tribe of Judah.
Teach.
Why is that though? Why are we falling so low? Give me the book of 1 Kings, chapter 8, and verse 47.
There it
Because
is.
this is what we must do
Right.
as a nation of people. I'm gonna show you something. You gotta get on the bus? Okay, well, I'm gonna leave you this one scripture, all right?
Say 8 verse 7.
47.
47.
Read it, come on.
The book of 1 Kings chapter 8 verse 47. Yet if they bethink themselves
If we bethink ourselves, come on.
in the land, whether they were carried away captive,
We gotta remember, over here in the land we were carried away captives. This is the next part, brother, come on.
and repent,
Stop breaking God's laws, statutes, and commandments. That's what repent means. Stop doing after the other nations. We gotta come back to this Bible and do what the Bible tells us to do. Come on.
and make supplication unto thee in the land of them that carried them captives, saying, we have sinned.
We got to acknowledge that we have sinned as a nation of people. We have to acknowledge it. If we don't acknowledge it, we're going to keep going through the same thing over and over and over, brother. You got a flyer. Hey, check us out, all right? All right. Give me Baruch chapter 3 and start at verse, Baruch chapter 2.
The book of Baruch chapter 2 verse 1. Therefore the Lord had made good his word.
So we don't think that the Most High is paying attention to us.
Bring
the
it out.
Lord made good on his word. He said, if y'all keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, y'all all right.
There it is.
But if you don't keep them, I'm gonna do something to you. That's why he said he made good on what he was talking about. Read.
Which he pronounced against us.
He pronounced against us in the book of Deuteronomy. All throughout the Bible, he was letting us know, like, hey, in the book of Leviticus, if you do what I tell you to do, I'm gonna take care of you. In the book of Deuteronomy, you do what I tell you to do, I'm gonna take care of you. The Bible is riddled with it. Read.
And against our judges
on.
that judge Israel.
That judge Israel. We were once set up to judge the nation of Israel, and it's gonna return to that.
Right.
We gotta get right. Come on.
And against our kings. And against our princes.
Read.
And against the men of Israel and Judah.
Come on.
To bring upon us great plagues.
So are we not plagued today?
Teach.
Are we not plagued as a nation of people today? We feel the abortion clinics. We feel the doggone hospital.
Bring it out.
We feel the morgues.
Right.
We
Out.
feel the prisons.
Right.
Our people will catch lung cancer and keep smoking.
Right.
And wonder why they get jacked up. The Most High said he's gonna make good on these plagues.
That's right.
We see a little black boy laying on the ground, got gunned down. You never see a damn Chinese boy laying beside him.
Bring it on.
You don't see a white boy laying beside him.
Bring it on.
You don't see a doggone Chinese boy, East Indian boy laying beside him. No, you don't see none of that. You see little Ray Ray laying on the ground with his pants hanging off his ass with a bullet hole in him.
Right.
Bleeding in the hot ass sun. And nobody got a problem with that. That's what's wrong with us. Wake up. Come on.
Such as never happened under the whole heaven.
So that's a doggone phenomenon. Slavery was a big deal.
Right.
Nobody wants to talk about it. But we'll talk about, oh, we want equal rights. We want equal rights. The hell with equal rights. We won't put a rule this earth.
Right.
But we want to settle for nothing. Read, come on.
As it came to pass in Jerusalem,
Read.
according to the things that were written in the law of Moses,
So the things that are written in the book of Deuteronomy, the things that are written in the book of Leviticus, the first 5 books of the Bible, the things that said the Most High said were going to come to pass, they happen. Now we got to acknowledge it, deal with it, and stand back up as a nation of people.
That's
Come on.
right.
that a man should eat the flesh of his own son.
That's called cannibalism. We were being flushed out, surrounded, and starved to the point to where we were malnourished and eating the flesh of our own children. But nobody wants to talk about that. They get mad, we bring it out. Guess what? We don't give a damn. We're going to tell you, thus said the Lord.
Right.
Read, come on.
And the flesh of his own daughter.
Read.
Moreover, he had delivered them to be in subjection.
What does it mean to be in subjection? That means you have to pay other people.
Right.
You are not in charge of anything.
Bring it
You
out.
are in subjection. Read.
Moreover, he had delivered them to be in subjection to all the kingdoms that are round about us.
Are we not considered 3/5 of a man here in America?
Teach, Doc.
Hey, you go to over there in Jerusalem or in Israel, they making those brothers are getting getting hands put on them. They call the cops will show up and help them out. Everywhere we go, we are the lowest of the low.
Right.
We ride around, we get lights, we see lights flashing in our back window, we get nervous. The white man don't get nervous, he get pulled up, he jump out the car. Why'd you pull me over for there, officer? Let a black man try that. You getting that nice stick upside your head, at best, if you don't get shot.
That's right.
Read on.
To be as a reproach and desolation among all the people round about, where the Lord has scattered them.
The Lord has scattered us. He has scattered us throughout all the nations. Come on, read.
Thus we were cast down.
We were what?
Cast down.
We were brought low. We were cast down because we didn't keep the laws, we didn't keep the statutes, and we didn't keep the commandments of God.
Right.
So we were brought low. We were brought to a low estate. Come on.
And not exalted.
And not what?
And not exalted.
We were not exalted. We were not set up because we didn't want to do what God told us to do. Therefore, we were brought low. We were brought low. We were brought low to be as the heathens.
Bring it out.
The other nations. That's what we're brought low to. Now we want to do everything that they want to do. Now we go into their beauty stores and buy their beauty supplies that makes the women hair fall out. Now the men, they've become very effeminate.
Right.
They lust after each other now, lust after another man. Because the Bible tells us that a man is supposed to have a beard on his face. He's supposed to have fringes on his clothes. He's supposed to deal according to the Bible. But the new man today, he don't do that. He put on skinny jeans, walking around freaking BET in his head.
Now they will see the true men of God. We are not black men, we are the Israelites. Take care of us. And our children too. We have repented. How are you? People want to know, who's the king?
O nation of Israel, it's time to return to the Father. O nation of Israel, it's time to return to the Father.
Now why they trying to make it so hard to serve God? And why when I say that I'm a Jew it sound odd? For years I've been walking around saying that I'm a black man. I ain't saying that no more, it sounds wrong, man.
This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. Please subscribe to our YouTube channels. Stay up to date with our latest events, music, and classroom lessons. IUIC plans to continue visiting different countries where this gospel has not been preached before. IUIC needs your help in pushing this truth. So join us. Subscribe to our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and podcasts, and stay up to date with us. For more information, please visit www.israelunite.org.